What's up, guys? It's that time of year again. Everybody's making tamales. I've got to make a bunch of tamales today. I've got to make about 120 tamales. I'm making some red pork ones, I'm making some red beef ones, and I'm gonna make some green chile chicken ones. I got my chiles ready right here on the cutting board, getting ready to take the stems off, de-seed them, devein them, put them in some water to steep with some garlic, some tomato, to make my salsa to put with the meat before it starts to cook. And that's gonna cook for hours, okay? We got tons of stuff to go through. I'm gonna keep you guys posted as we go along. Stay tuned. So to the chili mix, I added about 7 cloves of garlic, some chicken bouillon, salt, and a little bit of oregano. And we're gonna let this steep for a while. And when it's done, put it in the blender. By the way, the chiles that we have in here are California chiles, pasilla chiles, and ancho chiles. Just for your information. See you soon. Alright, we got our chiles finally steeped up. The salsa is ready to go to add to this pork. I've got about 8 pounds of pork leg meat in here for one of the types of tamales that we're going to be making. I got the chicken over there on the stove boiling up with some bouillon, some garlic powder, some onion, and then we're about to get this pork going, alright? So this pork, I'm going to add some, just a little bit of oregano, not too much, just enough to add a little bit of flavor, nothing serious. Then, of course, salt. Any food's best friend. I'm gonna add some of that juice from the chiles that we steeped earlier. I'm gonna add actually a good amount. And I added a little bit of more chicken bouillon to the juice from the chile. That way the meat kind of soaks up a lot of that flavor. Just add that to it, just like that, to the slow cooker there. And now I'm gonna add some of the salsa that I made from all those different chiles. There we go. We're gonna cover this, let it cook until it's nice and tender and it pulls apart so we can shred it for the tamales. I'll see you guys later. To this big giant pot here. As you can see, we got a lot of beef. We added to that pot. I'm not gonna shred it, I'm gonna leave it with the fat on. That way it adds flavor. Because as you know, fat is flavor. I've got roughly 10 pounds of chuck that I'm adding to this pot. I'm going to do pretty much the same exact thing that I did with the pork, minus the oregano, because I don't want to add that to the beef. So I'm going to add some of this broth from earlier, from steeping the chiles to this pot. I'm actually going to add a good amount. And we're going to let this boil for a long time so that it's nice and tender, just like with the pork, and it shreds apart. I added some of that broth. Now I'm gonna add some of the salsa. That way we get that red salsa flavor in the meat here. All right. All right, as you guys can see, we've been putting in some work, putting some tamales together. Right now, we're still doing those beef ones. We got the salsa right here. I'm about to make one for you guys while I record. My wife's helping me with the masa. All right, so we're gonna do this. All right, I'm gonna show you guys how I load up these tamales. So Big D likes to put a lot of meat in his tamales. Some people say you shouldn't put too much meat because then it doesn't close right. But you know what? I've never had a fact of people telling me, hey, I like tamales with just a string of meat in there. That's just nasty. That ain't right to me. So Big D puts a lot of meat in there. And then on top of that, I add some of my red salsa to the inside. So that way, after it's done cooking, you got salsa in there. You take a bite out of that bad boy and it's nice and juicy. We got the tamales cooking now. They're gonna steam for probably 4 or 5 hours. The pot is loaded to the top with just beef tamales. I put some wet towels on top to keep the steam inside. And we're just gonna let this sit for a long time. When they're done, you'll be here to see what happened. All right, guys, you get a sneak peek. The pork ones are done. Let's check them out. Oh yeah, look at that. You know I'm gonna say it, but that looks delicious. Thanks for watching, guys. It was a little bit simpler video, not so much in depth. As most people know, tamales are hard work. You have to make all the meats. You gotta spread the masa. You gotta put the meat in the tamale, roll them up, throw them in the pot, cook them for hours. By the time you're done, you're tamaleed out. That's me right now. I am tamaleed out. All right. Have a good day, guys. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Keep following me. I got some more stuff coming up. Just stay tuned. Deuces.